Thanks to my new subscribers, Club Pokemoshi, Noodle Haven, Marky Cart, Global Derek Walker, Super Poke MN, KB Nintendo Gamer 21, Skate Orgoth, Stephen White 25, Monzi 17, Jack 3, Mr. Shiny Bros, Ketlin Massier, Cool Kid 736, Pokemon Pearl 23, Majestic Beats, Pika Heart 1, Houndoom Guy, and Jam the Office. Today, I have a new battle video. Hey guys. Well, it's been a while since my last battle video, so a few weeks ago at my other league, I figured it was time to make a new one. Now I actually made two videos at this league, but unfortunately the second one didn't turn out well. The lighting isn't too good in the place, as you can tell by this video actually, but from the angle that I shot the second video at, which actually didn't include me, the quality was really poor and it was just not good. So anyway, today, I'm on the left, my friend Danelle's on the right. I'm running a Mewbox with Vanillock, which is Vanillock and Vileplume, and my opponent is running Kyurem Feraligatr. Now, there's a lot of dead time in this video, so I actually did speed some things up, which you'll see coming up very shortly. So if you see random fast forwarding, you'll know what's going on, like there, for example. So I started off, I played a Collector, took two Oddish and a Mew, took the Mew back, and took a Cleffa instead. And that's what I'm going with. I bench almost everything, both Oddishes, and put the Cleffa in my hand. And I've already attached a Psychic to Mew. And here I'm going to see off and figure out what I'm going to take. Now this is as fast as I can make this video with my program here, so if there's, dead time with me not talking, it's not my fault, I promise. Okay, and I do take a Vanillock. Vanillock's double freeze ability, or attack, it's the first one there. For a water and a colorless, you flip two coins. If one of them is heads, then the opponent is paralyzed, and it does 40 damage times the number of heads. So that paired with Fliptini gives you a 93.75% chance of paralyzing the opponent. That means they can't attack or retreat, and it's awesome. So my opponent attached to water and played a Collector, took a Totodile, an Oddish, potentially, two Totodiles looks like. See, both these locks are Trainer Lock decks, so Trainer Lock isn't that important, but it still has a use. He took a, I think it was a Kyurem as well, instead of the Oddish, realizing that since I was doing Trainer Lock, he didn't need to do Trainer Lock, so yeah. He uses Playground, which both players search their deck for basics and put them on the bench. And I go with Victini, Mew, and Horsey. He goes with another Kyurem or two. Flips, and Pichu's awake. Back to my turn. A draw. And I think. Now the point of my deck is, you see the Horsey there, evolved to Kingdra. Kingdra's Poke Power, Spray Splash, you place one damage counter on any of your opponent's Pokemon. The point of that is to keep a lock going, basically. I normally would want to knock out an opponent's Pokemon or active with Kingdra's Spray Splash, so I can just automatically double freeze the next opponent or next Pokemon right away. So I played Sages, I discarded a Collector, you can see a Kingdra there, and something else. not sure what else I got there. I play a communication, putting something back. Probably going for there we go, a Gloom, so I can get the Vanillock going. Which again, isn't that important in this matchup, but I've already got them out, so I may as well start putting them up. And I did evolve an Oddish there. Put a Rainbow on the Proxy Mew. And looks like I'm going to see off. This time I'll grab a Muck once it appears. There we go. Fast forwarding a little bit. And here we go. So Danelle plays a Sage's Training. That's where you look at the top 5 cards of your deck, take 2 and discard 3. It's good for speed decks and, you know, in general, getting a card that you want. When comparing Sages to Cheren, it depends on what kind of deck you run. Slower decks tend to do better with Cheren, fast decks with Sages. Because with Sages, like I said, it's 5 cards, you go through your deck faster. With slow decks, you know, Cheren would do just fine, really. So he retreats the Pichu to the Kyurem. Attaches a water and will Outrage for 20 onto my active Mew. It looks like there's a video error coming up in my timeline here, so I screwed up a little bit when I was editing. Sorry guys, screwed up a little bit when I was editing this. So there should be a blank space coming up soon, and I'm not gonna fix that right now because I'm lazy, and I have to pause this audio and then the video, and it would just screw things up. But anyway, I played a rare candy to Vileplume the other Oddish. Oh, here we go. That was to, what was that for? Oh, because of Kyurem's Glaciate attack, that does 32 my entire field. So, you know, an Oddish would die faster than a Gloom, so I bought myself some time by rare candying the Vileplume. And as you can see, I play another Sage. Discard an Oak, a Water, and a Vanillock. Now at this point, since Vanillock is in the Lost Zone already, with See Off, I don't need the other Vanillock, because I don't actually run any Vanillites or Vanillishes in this deck. So I attach a Water to Benched Mew, then I Sludge Drag using Muck's attack there, the Croconaw. Now what Sludge Drag does is it's basically a Pokemon catcher, but it poisons and confuses the Pokemon that you bring up. And of course he is able to evolve the Croconaw to Feraligatr, so all statuses disappear. So it is no longer confused or poisoned, but it did take that 1 point of damage between turns. Attaches water to eventually retreat the Feraligatr. He plays an Oak to get a new hand. Oak, you shuffle your hand into your deck, then draw 6. There we go. Probably should have fast forwarded that, but oh well, no big deal. Could have been worse. He evolves his Bench Totodile to Croconaw. and passes. I draw and take a lot of time apparently, as it's not fast forwarding. I'm pondering. We'll call it pondering. I'm checking out the Feraligatr there to see if it can do, if it can use Rain Dance while it has a status effect. So that plays into my strategy pretty well. I played Oak to get a new hand. I forgot to mention, Feraligatr's Rain Dance allows you to put as many water energy onto your water Pokemon as you want, so it really quickly powers up the Kyurem that he has. Of course you need to have the water in your hand too, but, you know, he has interviewers for that. Just a side note, you can tell that the coloring is bad in this video, and the lighting, well, because of the lighting, because my sleeves are not teal, they're actually a light blue. You've seen them before in other videos, but they're not that color. So back to the match, I retreated there to the Proxy Mew, and we're going to double freeze. It looks like it does 40. You can't really see the clear dye that well, but it looks like a heads, or even in this case. Here I'm explaining that paralyzed is right and asleep is left, using my mnemonic. How do I do that? Paralyzed, P-A-R for right, and asleep, A-S-L for left. The first letter, L-O-R, you reach in both is the direction that you turn it. Now confused doesn't have R or L, so you're not sure where to go, so you just turn it upside down. Now on his turn he plays a Interviewers, which you look at the top 8 cards of your deck and take as many energies as you want. And he just has a Rescue here, which is helpful. Not as helpful as mass amounts of water energies, but, you know, it's doable. Could be worse. I believe we're still fast forwarding here. Going to attach that to his active Feraligatr. Then he passes. My turn, I draw, I think. I waste some time. Side note, at this point, this is one of my first times running this deck, so I'm not, I don't have a good rhythm going with it yet. So I do Sludge Drag up that Kyurem, hoping he does not have A, the energy to Glaciate, or B, the balls to attack, because it's confused. There's a 50% chance that, you know, the attack will do nothing and actually do 30 to himself. So we'll see what happens here. Attaches to his benched Kyurem and retreats. So status effects go away, brings up new Kyurem, and there we have it, Fisherman. Fisherman, search your discard pile for up to 4 basic energies, and he has 3. He'll Rain Dance 2 of those onto Kyurem, and then Glaciate. Now that hurts. That's not fun, to have all of your Pokemon take 30 damage. It's just not good. So I'm a little bit in trouble here, because my deck basically runs on basics that have 60 HP or less. Because both Mews, Victini, those have 60 HP. Oddish has 40, Horsey has 50. Granted, I don't really want Horsey and Oddish to be around, but sometimes you can't help it, as this case. So a little bit of cheap healing here. I use Seeker to take up the Mew on my bench so it doesn't die next turn. And then play it again and attach a water. I'm going to double freeze here. To get 2 tails, so using flip. Yes? No. No, I do 40. My bad. Alright, so 40 and paralyzed. Just buying myself time right here. He evolves his bench Crocodile to Feraligatr. He actually, when I used Seeker, he when I picked up the Mew, he picked up his Feraligatr, which healed him and gave him a new Feraligatr and bench space. So yeah, he passes. I draw. I attach a Psychic to the benched Mew and Oak to get a new hand of 6. Now originally this battle was about 35 minutes or so, so it shrunk down to less than 25 now, so yeah, I fast forwarded a lot of crap out of here. We're at what, 16 minutes about? Yeah, 16 minutes, so we're almost there. Note though, 16 minutes in, no one has taken a prize. We have very, very slow decks here. And using double freeze, I get both tails. Do it again, I do 80 damage. So I flip 2 heads. He's paralyzed. Now, I also forgot to mention that Mew's Pokebody, I think it's Lost Link or something like that, allows you to use the attacks of Pokemon in your Lost Zone, provided you have the energy. So, low energy Pokemon like Muk and Vanillock are pretty good with Mew, and that's why I was seeing off at the start there. What's going on here? Alright, so I chose to use Frost Breath, Vanillock's second attack, to knock out the Kyurem. So finally a prize is taken, 17.5 minutes into this video. So he brings up his other Kyurem and plays Twins. Twins, if you are losing, basically you have more prizes left than your opponent. You can search your deck for any 2 cards. Now that tends to change games a lot, and it's pretty much a staple in slow decks like these. And so he uses Glaciate and knocks out my Mew, my Horsey, and my Victini. So, he's taken 3 prizes in 1 turn, and I'm heavily screwed now. My big problem is I don't have my Victini, so Double Freeze only has a 75% chance of succeeding. Which is still pretty high, but not as high as, you know, I would like. Sorry guys. Surprise, I'm sick. That never happens, except it always does. So anyway, back to the match. I play a Mew to my bench and attach a Psychic. And I believe, oh okay, I play Flower Shop Lady to get back a few of my cards into my deck. I take a Victini, a Mew, 2 Waters, and a Horsey. Then I shuffle those back in. Flashlight Blade, you take any 3 Pokemon and any 3 basic energies in your discard and shuffle them back into your deck. Just for those that didn't know that. Here I'm going to double freeze again and hope for the best. Since I can't Victory Star here. I get a heads, maybe 2? 2 heads. Yeah, I get 2 heads. So Kyurem is paralyzed and takes 80 damage. So I'm not doomed yet, but you know, it's pretty bleak. Seeing as one Glaciate will knock out my active Mew and do hefty damage to my remaining benched Gloom and Vileplume. Plays another Totodile. And I'm not sure why I didn't fast forward this part. I'll have to make note for my next video that I make. So he passes, and here we go. I draw. And I evolve that benched Gloom to Vileplume just because it has more HP, so it won't be knocked out by a Glaciate right away. Basically buys me another turn with those Pokemon there. I'm looking at his discard. Probably see how many energies he has left. I mean, that would make sense. Because that's my biggest fear right now, is him having loads of energies that he can rain dance onto things. So I double freeze and I fail. 2 tails. So do I fail? No, okay, I succeeded there. Sorry. Yeah, so I succeeded. I got 1 heads. Kyurem's paralyzed. The damn clear die, I cannot read it at all. I'll have to replace that for future videos. He evolves Totodile to Crocodile. Attaches to Kyurem. And then he passes. My turn. Draw. And I try and double freeze here. And this time I fail. 2 tails, so he takes no damage, is not paralyzed, and I'm thoroughly boned. Plays a Elm's Training Method, where you search your deck for any evolution card and put it in your hand. He grabs a Feraligatr, just because, and evolves the Crocodile. We're just pissing around here. Uses Glaciate, Mew's knocked out, benched Mew takes 30, and both Vileplumes take 30 more, so they're both at 90 now. 1 more hit to both of them and they're dead, because they have 120 HP. Now I need some luck, because it's not looking too good. So I don't have a water energy, so I have to Sludge Drag that Feraligatr there. So it's Poison and Confused. and Fisherman. So the game's over. He would search his deck, or search his discard for 3 waters, and that would do it. He would attach them to his Feraligatr, retreat, bring up Kyurem, and the game would be over. So yeah, overall, I don't know. I'm trying to make a Mewbox work, but I'm just having problems with revenge KOs. On the other hand, I'm not really a big fan of Kyurem because it's not really a hard enough hitter for me. Plus it seems just a little too weak. But I mean, you know, worked against me. It's good against low HP decks like mine. But, you know, whatever. I did try a Vanillock deck without Mew. It's just too slow with the trainer lock going on. That's way too many stage 2s because I had, Vanillock's stage 2, Vanillock stage 2, Kingdra stage 2, and with my experience with the Champ lock, it's just not really practical. But, you know, that's how it goes sometimes. That's the beauty of deck building. You find out what works and what doesn't. So that is all for this battle video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys.